Hey y'all, in this video I just want to talk you through some of the high points of the syllabus. And so we're in the course homepage and you can see the syllabus is right here. And one of the nice things about Canvas is you don't need to download anything, it shows it right in the browser. Let's make it full screen. Okay, so here's the syllabus. Essentially, the course is about looking at the major theories in the various fields of communication. And as you can see here, the fields we're focusing on are intrapersonal, interpersonal, small group, organization, and public communication. And as we go through the semester, you'll find out more about what those mean. And the learning objectives for the course are that you essentially are able to understand and talk about communication theories and then apply them to critique the theories, the research, and actual everyday events. This is kind of important to me. As you can imagine, I think there are 50 or 60 students in the class, and so I get a lot of communication every day from students, and this helps me answer your questions and comments efficiently, and it also helps y'all. And I talk about this in another video, but briefly, Common Course Questions is pinned at the top of the discussion section. And you can think of this as like we're in class together and you have a question. So if there's anything you would ask, if you think of a question, think for a second. If we were sitting in a classroom together, would I ask this or would I wait to ask after class or would I email the professor? If you would ask it, if it's something other students would benefit from seeing, ask in the Common Course questions. Once an assignment has been submitted, or once I've graded it, all your comments and questions should go in that assignments comment box. And there's a video that shows you how to get there. And then finally, if you have private questions, you should email directly through Canvas. As it says down here, I log into Canvas every Monday through Friday, several times a day. I'll answer your emails within 24 hours, except for weekends and holidays. And also, I don't grade work until the due date is passed, and I finish grading within 1 week. These are the materials you need. The textbook is called Applying Communication Theory for Professional Life. You needed the 3rd edition because all of the case studies I'll be asking you to think about and write about are in the 3rd edition. All the quiz and exam questions will come from the 3rd edition. I strongly suggest you don't work on the class on a phone. Every time I've taught face-to-face and people have had problems with Canvas, the first thing they do when they talk to me about it is they show me their phone. So I strongly suggest you work on the class on a laptop or a desktop. And as of August 1, these are the browsers Canvas supports. You need to be able to do online stuff to be successful in the class. And if you're not already a highly successful student, you should try to do these 7 things. I'm guessing anybody who's going to get an A in the class will look at this list and think to themselves, well, yeah, that's what everybody should be doing. One thing I do want to mention, number 2, check Common Course questions frequently. Students ask questions in Common Course questions, and sometimes you don't even know you have a question until somebody else asks it. So if you've ever sat in class and somebody's asked a question and you thought to yourself, oh yeah, that's a really good question, I don't know the answer either, you should check the Common Course questions once or twice a week. When things are becoming due, especially exams, because you may see a question and answer there that helps you even if you didn't know you needed the help. So I would make a habit of checking the CCQs at least a couple times a week. You can see the grading scale there. Quizzes. The syllabus quiz is worth 10 points. It's designed to help you understand the syllabus and also get you used to taking the quizzes. And chapter quizzes ask questions about the theories in the chapter as well as questions about the case study. There's a separate document that talks you through how to prepare for these quizzes. So what you're going to do, you're going to spend an hour or two studying the chapter. There's a document that talks about how to study if you need that help. And then you're going to take the quiz by Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. At 12:01 on Thursday, the answers and answer explanations for the questions will be available to you. And then you're allowed to challenge answers that have been marked incorrect by the quiz. So if you think that the answer you picked makes more sense or makes good sense, you're allowed to write challenges in the comments for the quiz. They're due a week after the quiz is due, so they're due the following Wednesday night. I talk more about challenges in another section of the class. You'll also do a discussion assignment. In pretty much every case, it relates to the case study at the end of the chapter. You're going to turn your response to the discussion prompt in by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. And you're also going to turn it into the turnitin.com assignment for that discussion, which you'll see in the module. And then for the rest of the week, you need to respond to at least 2 classmates' posts by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. There will be 3 exams worth 100 points each, and there's a paper I'll give you more information about later in the semester. Okay, finally, making up work. You do not get a penalty for make-up work if you have an acceptable and documented excuse. Acceptable means I conclude that you had a good reason to miss the deadline, and documented means that you can provide proof of your excuse. In other words, paperwork of some kind. So for example, if you planned a trip and you're going to be out of town for a week, I mean, to me, you knew you were taking the class. In most cases, I wouldn't consider that acceptable. Let's say every once in a while I have a student that's pregnant in the semester and is expecting to have the baby like this semester in December. If the baby comes early, that could be an acceptable excuse and it should be easy to document. But the nature of this class, where it's online, you can work on it whenever you want. It's, in a lot of cases, the excuses sound valid but not necessarily acceptable and documented. If there's something coming up that you know about in advance, let me know and we can work it out. And you can see the penalties there. And the rest of the syllabus is just policies from the college. I don't know if the links are still active. I think the academic integrity one is. And a lot of these policies may or may not apply to you. So that's the syllabus. If you have any questions, ask in the CCQs. And once you've looked over the syllabus, go ahead and take the quiz.